the central for Yeshia Mukawaha. That day, Osno Kukwama Yukuno is Yay. Now, National Council, a year, the Brunei friend, the second highest decision-making body of the party, no. Ishiamuno, I pass no, they Ishiamu. Nina, we say, the Frank Atuni, His Excellency Dr. Muhammad Bamia, Excellency Apostle Daye, Enya Nipa, Professor Okanamo, as running late. Oh, December 7, Abatua, Yepapotumu. Apa, Obisia Party, Bin Bono, for the 2 years, say, Libra, Dr. Matthew Okoku Prepe, the Department of Friend Napono, or no, and a National Council, the Mamma, being say, Abedici, Oaba, Yapapotumu, December 7. Okay, the Cassaria, you know, party Bin for, yes, so, in no, I drink for them, who said, Openina, why you know, it will be a new, our some party, no. The year is so far, I was the partner where you are my party. Now, you can't, Dr. Matthew Pepper, your bar, and my same 7, if I don't know, you will be a friend about my same. If we say, what shall the more say, do my year, school or 4 years, and Kaka Pepper College, now through a 4 year US, or of a year local news president. If you are no, I'm on it, that's not for trying this year. So, boy, yeah, the man as a medical doctor under an NHIS, that's the NHS, United Kingdom. In 2005, Sabah Ghana, ever started on the demand. In 2009, it was very for Parliament, as a member of Parliament for Asia. 2012, Ebra, the chairman, Shamu, Mensha North, Mensha South. Oba ye embrace benyani or Mensha South 2012 amane dinkunim 2016 so said dinkunim for about 20 we will be our some party yi I bring no director of elections am I party no na go Padaroma Ghana Padaroma ebro ma peni na na kwado eyi no se o meye osafo a wo hwe Ghana adisia so yenya be kai se na MPP 2016 ade a na campaign mu pa ise ye de we senior high school beba ama do bi ama ejanka so nya kwait ma ko school bi yera Dr. Matthew na prenso na ye sha ye started we senior high school 2017 we senior high school neighbor na ni pa bi gba fi se afre na ban na ba tie nya abotre ne entwen if you bear you or me asa na the senior high school number. Then so and now said Dr. Matthew Pepe unimte na wonim the person here no nim say 7 the senior high school na mbantema the more family who ha is 70 community to us no ojina ne na mu ka say the nkofo nye ka say enye yi no ebe yi ampa 2017 free senior high school no e baye. And now so as Minister for Education, they took out of my parents to bed in our name of Fra, or Taco senior high school, then 800,000. That's so free senior high school buy the part of free 800,000. I could do 1.2 million. Then you don't come out to the standard man, if you don't know. I thought to be a brown man penning another who was a UNICEF or energy minister. But also, a Juma war, ye Ghana phone yen. Sabina nu ya, do the Kakabaya, ye can ya bobo lily. Naka ya can ya next last one, a Ghana phone ya get in Sampa. That's the album, ama ye can ya no eating a hole. Elpo, now nuclear, and then bobo lily no. Then ya who said, and now say you are that Mato Bobo Pepe, winning dainty, and the pana and of Sanwa. And then you say, the Kanyano is not singing. Some day, you know, say, oh, my mayor from the Tunia Media Chamber, every Yamayo Puno. You are my to book prepare, we need pa. Oh, what I am. Nipa ɔka nipa bom nipa ɔwɔ abotire etie nkɔfoɔ New Patriotic Party ojije sɛ yɛyi ewura Dr. Matipoku pɛpɛ a ɔne ewura Bawumia ba bɛyɛ adwuma no yɛn adwuma a yɛayɛ ɔmɛmmoa from 2017 bɛpem saa mmere ɛne nhyehyɛeɛ a yɛde ba 2025 no bɔbɔ ne wura ti dɔm ne atɔn ama Ghanafoɔ nyinaa te nsɛmpa a yɛwɔ ma ɔmo ɛne ɛkwan a yɛfa so a yɛkyekyere ɔman no ɛno nti na nnɛ National Council yɛhyia yɛ na mo nyinaa mo ase ɛbɛrɛ nsɛm otu so ɛbɛhyia
Yawa de nwumbre edu sabre a punch and I Kessben television na yɛde brɛtie for na yɛne mo di nkita ho ɛfa nsɛm a ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ my Ghana a ɛwɔ nsunsonso ɛde ma mene wɔ na ɛwɔ nsunsonso ɛde ma Ghana yamanyɔsɛm a yɛyɛ ɛwɔ ɔman Ghana ɛnɛ nwumbre sɛdeɛ yɛ nyinaa yɛateɛ no ɛyɛ Eja Bidru, New Patriotic Party. Panyinfo ekoshia ene ewa Alisa Hotel ewon kran. Nia apie efri ho na enya ade a na ewonwa pi ene se party no panyinfo ekoshia ye nyina gye atom se edin the leader of the party ono anso so na flag bearer of the party or the koto party mpanyinfo enim no wonyina agye atom ama sese ya yekasai Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh adodo na freno napo ana sese oye the running mate to His Excellency the Vice President, who is the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, who is the leader of the New Patriotic Party. Ono ena or partner for election 2024. And the video now will share after the unanimous endorsement of Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh Napo as the running mate to His Excellency the Vice President, who is the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party. So now it is almost concluded. So the tickets for New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh. Omo tickets, Doctor and Doctor tickets, and Omo Edeko election 2024. It is also settled, say NDC, or His Excellency the former President John Dramani Mahama JDM and Professor J Nana Opoku Ajiman. So John and Jane, and then you have DMB and Napo for 2024. So enyumbre yet na say na yehwe say Nensu Sanswa selection endorsement of Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh Sanswa war for the New Patriotic Party fortunes for election 2024 saying ena etie enyumbre yet na say el punch jumadi so de behwe na bedafo ebisa wono wachem also mejidi yese wa adwenkyerɛ a wopɛ sɛ ɔkyerɛ wɔ asɛmbisa bi a wopɛ sɛ wobisa a wobɛtumi de aba na nyinaa ato adwen wɔ ɛyɛ dwumadie ɛso. So anwummerɛ before anansa na ɛbɛhyɛ aseɛ koraa no, let me congratulate Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh, who is the current member of parliament for Menchia North, who is also the minister for energy. Eti enyumbre as CIA I endorse no say or no and the running mate, what it means is the two positions are vacant. One a ministerial position already crown nominate somebody to be the Minister of State in charge of the ministry. Honorable Herbert Krampan, as they say, President are nominating say on a Minister of State for that ministry. another vacancy abeda ho ewo Manshianoff abeda ho Manshia South, sorry. Manshia South, sorry. Manshia South, Abeda Hosisi, and also so the party will have to fill a person because July. Okay. The party will have to select somebody and then the person will have to okay, at the right time. At the right time, the person will have to fill in the shoes. It's a new bray, but not say, the how, the when, and the house. And you bring Dr. Matthew Poku Prempenapo as the running mate to His Excellency Dr. Alaj Mahmoud Bawumia. Contest na enye easy contest. Asset president being so at the toes here. Dynamics, we will look at all that. Say previously, na you can say it's a ticket, you don't lobby for it. Vice president or prerogative for one debate. Now, from what I transpired over the period, you sense say there was fierce lobbying to get this position by individuals. Akukudam P. Ewo party. Eventually, it is settled on Dr. Matthew Poku Prombe, who from the beginning or started while lobbying in the BBI, he's been consistent until finally was secure that position. And you bring a better than Susan so at the MIA. Yeka say, no, ye can't mix it, ye appear to she and a brofo ye mix no sano, ewo hano, a coffee brokuman. Na ninya so can't see say education is the foundation of every nation. It is a fact. Now, your educational system, and also so I say asana yekoye nim kakra na yeba echi kakra ese agbaja yekoye nim kakra na yeba echi kakra. So free SHS eshase under the okay beka free SHS as a CA under the New Patriotic Party because there are varied interpretations as to when the shase and time ben the shase constitutional provision and all that. But the current state of the free SHS also CA and Nanado Danko Kufuado and a shase 2017. Now Yenyan and said that there's been the ministry, akuchire and krata de akoto emrashebedwem se emrashebedwa for enyentum na eno enebeba beye the blueprint for free SHS education in Ghana. Minority was serious concerns about the procedure, the processes. Stakeholders in education be so raising concerns. So anyway, a bar school semi education semi more enim dear we will look at education and she said and so war and and all that. Near say moving into the future, saying and a impact our educational system. Ewo my Ghana. So be our guest and you bring our punch Jumadi so our Kessben television. We are also live on all social media handles. We live on Facebook Live. We live on YouTube and allied social media handles. So join the conversation. Let's have very useful interactive conversation. Our punch Jumadi so our Kessben as usual. Lawyer Ɔhene Gyan, lawyer, thank you, and I say thank you to this evening, KOD, wherever you are. Good evening to you. I'm told, say yesterday was your birthday. It's not too late. Belated happy birthday. Obviously, look at it. So, Enyumbre, Abeja for Bamindi can introduce Alaj Ishak Che Brobe, who is a lecturer Kumasi Technical University, who is a TESCON patron, who is a strategic communicator for the New Patriotic Party, and and also on this shape our free in Sutakwama Beposo. Alaj Ishak Chebro Bemwajo. And a very familiar face on this program. When I say very familiar face, My boss is here why some people are worried when I say very familiar face on Punch. Okay. Obi a yɛde ne hyɛ aseɛ ne yɛde na ne yɛ ɛna tsunami bɛfa ne sɛ hwim ɛna ɔde ne kɔɛ yɛnsa aka no anwummerɛ and I'm excited to have him back on Punch anwummerɛ ɛwɔ Kessben ɛyɛ television ɔpanyin yaw edu sɛe bantoma paa de hyɛ kokora yɛde na ne hyɛ adwuma deɛ nti bisa do say patch was o mic no aso ana adum aso okay it's like
okay
memo adwo e ma wakaba
you lawyer me jo so say me back na me hu say ja has some who kwai no and this is where you all started from say point anyone a chance and some point money Mr. Isibuati remember all those days some getting to about 2 decades or so but at least me ba say na many so time but how you come on how you come on my call a radio no but why are they it was one boy too yes hey yeah protocol no so
yes I saw from TV that was way back 2000 now here and there was 2024 say
what was it said?
You are so managing.
Okay. So I'm very excited, sir. Mama, for a long time.
Great. Okay. So we are going to a very interesting, very exciting conversation in Yumbre El Punch Juma Day so. And until my adventure was Susian was in Bisano Embra. Na yeso sha se brunso a na wani eyewe na ya start akin kan in term so that o de na ba na yatimi akan in term na bibia akofine. So send us a text or a WhatsApp message na yankin kan ma we yourself na nyina until the text line no 0537 333 933 0537 333 933 just send us a text or a WhatsApp message. Na yankin kan yumbre the issues that we going to discuss. Now education no area will go into another controversial issue. The NDC General Secretary Honorable Fifi Kwete enyumbre sama odituja about the nominees to the Apex Court of Ghana, that is the Supreme Court of Republic of Ghana. 5 nominees who have been nominated for consideration for appointment to the Supreme Court of Ghana. Why no so abe issue and we'll look at that issue na yahwe dispassionately na yahwe say judiciary no appointment to banner west so unconstitutional and all that and no sign and also impact on the judiciary as an institution. We will also look at that issue na yahwe den so and my forward march in our democratic journey or our democratic dispensation. Now, when shall say yes, and no matter that, a seni rano. Alaji. Finally, been ABCO, a check, ABCO, Nanado Danko Kufuado, August, and Oko ye Baumia by and Che Bia. Bottom line is a it is done. Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe is the ordained running mate to His Excellency the Vice President, who is also the candidate for the New Patriotic Party. As a party, a unanimous decision, overwhelming endorsement, confirmation, and all the words you want to use. Ekoye na ebekoye.
Hey, lawyer Midasi. Ekoye pa. Nem se ebekoye zu samana broso. Didi kaima yenchia ashafo ni etifo. I mean come in persuasion, shita kwa ma be poso. chama de sheng na nyumre na mema Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe na po mema ni trinkwa na edisa as I say amanfo any ebre say almost so running mate and potential vice president no so almost so ebedibi because say you can't the veteran running mate there any the work running mate no he's a veteran because Dr. Omudo Baomia a running mate 2008 elections, 2012 elections, 2016 elections, and 2020 elections. Ebinsi wa mai Ghana ya bakosem fa amanyosem no ebinsi da. Se nipa baako na ya fa no mpre ennan eninyina etoto aso. Yenu ntino na media mehune se ono no so kokofa the Oboni Chidom no the running mate no na core elections no. Na me hunu say enya de ma no sa. If we say role na ono no what play for the party elections mako enanya etwam no. Na minim say esese ono timi hunu obi ewo MPP mu a obetimi ede ne nan ababehye ono ne mpaboanum no watimi adi saa adwuma na ono no odi man na ado danko akufu ado for for consecutive times no enti no na minim say enye difficult decision ema no nenso so amanyosem untimi fiti prakope na onkofa nipa no emfama enkomo no bebrebe ho a esese wudi wa yi card na kra wi a esese wo de kire nkofo no mo so kire wo madwen na obobo na I'm say somewhere early part of this year a baby is it March ho baby na February March ho and now call National Executive Committee ekosre emre say yem fabi enkano ho na on consult broadly nipa bebre eni nkuta ho na nsana what is nipa naba nyame nchade ene Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe what na kwakwa kire mpanimfo agena tom prekope a tobe bia ama ho General Secretary address of friend is saying Ghana for Achiremu Eniema Ira Matthew Poku Prempe Odeba on board. Lawyer, meaning say he's a politician by birth and also even in the students' days, Obabeye local news president ewo Kenya University. Napo Koprempe College, Kenya University, as I've already mentioned. I think he went to Kwabruchi Ekoko in the masters, United Kingdom Ekoko practice medicine. No, 2005. I know by just I'm say Napoba again, and I'm the same year, and I'm so me buy. But 3 years later, 2008, and unya kwanya or co-standing for Manshia constituency. Na Owini Ebra, my chancellor, Dr. Kwame Adokufo, and Kobium. So 2012, and Omoti constituency no a year no Manshia North and South, and Obabedi Manshia South. 4 consecutive terms went to a parliament 2008, 2012, 2016, 2020. So we cross our core primaries as I win here and nomination we Ababa Betono. So he brings on the table the typical Conservative Party candidate. Your grassroots person. While rising through the ranks. As a member of parliament, Mekai say na or is health committee of parliament. One of the remarkable things that they did with Dr. Anani, current regional minister Simon Osei-Mensah, is the protection of the idea say Afari Regional Hospital must be in Ashanti region. And it's phenomenal. It's record on the parliamentary records. When there was an attempt, say Yenia Sasedia, Yenshwe say yebe relocate Afari military hospital to a different region. Odiano Tunchana appointed in 2016 as Minister for Education. Arguably, the most important poverty reduction strategy in Africa. Adia esomboa ebeboa oman Ghana ebibrim maye tu ohiase ohia brubru ni nkomase free senior high school na nado danko akufado son sa dae no what they call election 2008 amfa what they call 2012 amfa penimfo say bosoba ne meja paye Anna was among to the same campaign 2016 na Ghana 42 so the nado danko akufado anya kukudro eni adwempa eni akomapa say over implementing free senior high school policy no 2017 Ɔhene enka obeha party we if we say wabade hu dawura na dia konwa na ma na waye kokwasa na so wantimi anya nenso so that bold decisive decision say look let us start and yebetimi aye na o ye na hwan na wo de hye ne nsase wonye Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh Napo education minister was the man that was given that mandate to deliver that profound, for me, and the biggest poverty reduction strategy in Africa. It wasn't easy because here associated with senior high schools. You want to say headmasters virtually. Woman no me in charge so free bar, other supplies, uniforms, then all of a sudden there is a policy. As I say, in your free baby bar, just scared your portion of what become market there. But as I say, you free baby bar, as I say, your pam colani tardy, supply. And you realize the initial stages there were some even resistance from some headmasters. As a matter of fact, I remember, say Central Region and other places, some of the headmasters were even interdicted because no one had the role in the past and the present. You needed a leader who is very strong, firm, decisive, and have the skills to negotiate his ways through turbulence. To do that. I didn't many people who say we are sometimes one you're very careful because I dream and Emre Debbie Enitino na Edibuano. He's been an outstanding, education minister for this country for the singular reason of spearheading something that was completely new, to this country. Again, say Osawini ye call fourth in the fourth time in parliament and Ado Danko Akufo-Addo. Tamuno side in the core energy ministry. Look, two strategic ministries and a brandy we were holding. For 7 years that he, MPP, was in power, and particularly on non-term for 3 years, the power situation relatively stable. Even time one crisis, economic crisis, abba, sika, and we still saw say in Kanyano Ijinaso. Of course, Yenim sa besa bosumi besa 9 and nasa miensa. Even if it is even 5 months, na a few ways in Kaniano na how ebem kakra. But se say ya to aye kase. Ye hunu said isi no. What you say? A result-oriented leader like Napo brings onto the table something phenomenal for Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and for the New Patriotic Party.
Okay.
Imagine me say the philosophy of North-South divide. Party no philosophy say tembiano yam build inclusivity. Adie bi e da ho ehun se obia eka ho. That inclusivity na say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia free stream na offer ne running mate no be fa no South. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Muslimin or fan a running mate no befa Christoni. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say Ghana mabunu ebediye na enyuma ejina ne naso na wafa obia ono so wa build this experience no to complement the opese oye. So lawyer madwin ye me say na nipa bebrebe ewo table no so na se Matthew Opoku Prempe na enya nanim eni nyankopon anim animunyam ema wofa no se omobo no chidamo a minim se onyankopon bi di omochi na wahira omo na adwuma odin a omo aye ne dada no omo atokoso no omo aye adwuma den sa na history has to be made.
Maybe that's the about Alaji Shakche Brobe and excited with the compliment of Napotu, the candidate for the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Alaj Mahmoud Bawumia. Now, Sana Ghana for Moshe, Mususa Mutie, Muhu, the doctor and doctor ticket, Dr. Bawumia and Dr. Napo ticket. How do you see it? Now, remember, Mr. Edu say, Mr. say, and then there's a funny thing that I said, a bo Napodino NDC for no, as a agrada be a TSC NDC, no be a scata. Sanetiana, is it the case, is the NDC panicking, say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and the party na kofa Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe, so on a year and running mate.
Maminchia etifone ahwefo omwani ni omaso ewo Kessben TV ha na me ano enemani agipa se mabepi mo ha you say lawyer oni se ha na nyina sha se free e na edi yekodu pepenso a yedu wo politics mi enti me fasa kwanya so na ma de etifone ahwefo a omunya so tie e ma nipa hu yen ya mpegya e ma yeso yetibi ko yenim so it's good to be back home send all the kan no Menchia NDC penny for so much Ashanti region and me Bantama constituency for me parliamentary candidate Kwadwade Dapa or Bantama NDC parliamentary candidate me Bonabaso or boy Juma Pona Bisimana na Ejuma no bonem so kona nim kra sen de me ye no nti me fa kwanya isu na Mabonabaso na machine crying na yesu de betimi and betimi de aboa no lawyer am say honorable Matthew Opoku Prempe de doctor onye hoho emaye no bi me onye hoho ma me fi say de ne na na sha se free Bantama we say nka obepe parliamentary MP Bantama ye bo no buga kakra odwane free o de ba Benchia South ma so oni o say bi so kaya so the over history of all those things century mo ko pija table bi bo ho a o de eni edi koje Benchia South ti me no say Napo, let me put it that way onye obi a oye hoho to me I know him na the mechanic say I'll congratulate him so say in I perceive in your politics be ko enim ti say nyame ama na kwanya na ye yi no so me NPP running meter I congratulate him but me obi ti say me say no say bo na podin so ye running mate to Dr. Bawumia me hu ayi a wo say mama me hu problem bi a wo say de mama if say me nim no dada say my politics was sentiment em ha nyina na NPP for akoyi na po as running mate amesimi ebu ato me so I didn't know was the move to me so eti eno de em say omo amom na ema no atwe mu se ne wontumi sorry tia ya no pe honorable adutwum ona apia kubi so honorable apia kubi so sorry ya no kasetia na omo bonyo so akopim say national neck nene omo gitum te say de wontumi nim say battle no is over. Let me hwe ni status em say Africa na ayem paibo opia ko ye na amfa to hwe ni status na afi de ayem paibo e wo ho. So he faced a lot of opposition from his own party, even from Ashanti region. Inti ono akasa no o adwuma wo so within this short time e won the party nim due to the opposition regional chairman no sa omo ha na omo prince so say on the beba no e de man no. But me and this senior me person me win power 2024 there. I think some concentration or internal strategy so. E kwan me am fa so atoto me niam na metimi de awani power. If you say yes we ye flabber a running mate and MPP for so a yom flabber a yom running mate. Eti say ekoyi na po a me hunu ehun sunsan so ewo the public debt and now 658 billion Ghana cedis. Me hu say ye na point so ati ana say ekofom. But what is the media say? So the suffering for brew maimuno. A running mate of a particular political party does not change the reality. Okay. The reality is that things are worse, things are bad. And no Ghana for be so omode beto abetia MPP aban Dr. Baumiani, Dr. Napu. Say 7 period say the past 10 crack come one. It doesn't solve the hardship that we face in this country. You don't money my own say 1 to 2 money near high. At that point, inflation was hovering around 60%. December 2022, GDP to public data, it was around 92%. Since here, I'm in OTW, and 1st July, fuel price. Madam for be free land and buy also to fuel. So no one or buy on say the car on the 400 cities in the ferry, say 450 today. Hey, Okojina, they won't say Okojina Phillies or so more Philly. So the so Philly. Oh, free in a buy. Oh, free landing. Oh, can't the cab you use or say, oh, first number the 400 affiliate, I'm so okay to know it. Because I say, when how fuel prices in a day. Now, do I can check it? There be some also want me say be out of brown shed and utimka so say obetimi afele aka so mo fele mami ba yen as obotom ye oh da obotom ye dey say otimi afele ka yen na da obotom ye say otimi afele ka na da obotom ye no me fele ka da e da obotom ye no ato me botom there e da obotom ye no ato 200 because e bi ho a o fele a better o is kana fele better since o turn piece. So because I have a ton piece no na boka to be ani kwa faso o ton fu en chese bia obi e wo sika na de me chene say na po ayi na running mate no me hunu sunsun so I wo me Ghana ni amebre so but what is the chese because we give the country to them 8 years ago say omonhwe no mototo niema excellency Dr. Baumia so on toto niema you dey on mine ma no the public debt was about 122 billion Ghana cedis. CC is moving around 658 billion Ghana cedis. Unprecedented. So these are the real issues. It maybe send and our cocoton show ya. O ton 2 cities are the best of 2 cities 50 pesos. So this is how the economy now is. It is a Ghana for almost CCCA. So be a Kotwaba. Senior President Kofo Kai 2000. She was sitting him. Never Twaba. Obi no. You look at the foreign exchange rate volatility. We are how volatile it is. So that's it. And then upe sikadi akwakoto enyama wa manane ya efa so kodi dwa wo take na okura Ghana cedis a odi koto dollar opro eyina oprojection na waye no obedu odi enka nyama obetim dato no because of foreign exchange rate volatility no untimi fam toss anema nema. These are realities. Enti egu enkrofo ye den enwuma a omo ebre enti ade a bobon krofo kaya ma o mato aba enye se me previous obi ahun for odi kokko obi ana se obi addition odi kokko obi ho ana se party bi a omo atena ho hu se ne wo se ye edi nya enkrofo be di anim ene ye de to aba nemom de de to aba eye wa setene mu no edi ene ekoso. How do you take care of your family? How do you take care of yourself? One kasa wadwuma or business a wo ye no ehun sunsu so te sei nanim utimi look at the standard of living. Everything is very high. Minim say ebi mo on say pray there so mo dey say o maso mu ju but me mom dey me dey ya na maso ayi banka na boa. So that's it. But I know say quite a number of people are omo man mu aye no omo edin kita ho no obi aka say these are the issues that they are facing. So the economy has has been seriously mismanaged. It okay. All these pre-existing issues and this external shock that came in. It is all kind of physical vulnerability, sir. Yeah, come once a month. And the kofa, sir, price instability. Because we became so exposed. There were no protection for the citizenry. When the external shock came in, there were no protection. Everything is gone. But what the media say? And so this is Omaya Edema, President Akufo-Addo, and Dr. Bawumia. Omo atutu ne jeje ma ba bedun san pepenso ya. Omo san ka kire say omo akofa Dr. Napo aba ba running mate. Enti bibia ICB aye ntwamu. Na yen san to aba ma omo no mo break it 8 2024 December. Mi minim pefe say Ghana fo a omo oman mu omo nim se ne enema ejeje mu yi no. Enya de a mo behwe so de aye ato aba. Eti anya se me play as ofiri Ashanti region ti no ene se Ashanti fo no anasa Ashanti region de ekoto aba ye hwe no ne fantoma no. Things are hard in this country, in this region. Things are hard in this country and this region. Eti obi o Ashanti mante mu no obehwe se me play as anema so compare two parties, you will look at what the two parties did for them in Ashanti region. What benefits did they get from them? Eti yefa Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh ne impact in terms of development and in maybe was say dimidi high ho asantiment man any no why ya wama asantiment mo atimi ayeden akonanim any yan ya no ya sitting mu edin no obetimi din say to say we enameye from this place or from that place. This is what the people are going to look at from if you are talking about Ashanti. But generally in this country the eboni pankaye me sorry no edin na simi table so a me dey come an fuel a me digu mi kemetimi to. If you are not able to fuel prices, only control. I mean, a bit a china. Sometimes I get so worried, but me who say the basic account. A china. Oh, on my bones say, for be copy for quite a few me. Because we are no more than number 2. Fuel price news about coming pressure crown. Fuel price to increase 2nd July. Fuel price to increase 3rd July.
Transparency.
Fuel price to increase 4th July. And I'm just want to say, this is the situation we face now. It is a come dimina. Bibi in French na standard of living akosro bibia wo yibia wo hunu babie kwa kosi nyema maimu aye din ama wo hunu de wo ye ho a say ekoyi running mate bia na ofiri babi no ahye white so ahye blue me em de ye den
say that relevant
enu de nya de kam eti no me ye National Democratic Congress ni ametia me hunu say yi Napo as running mate me hunu de enti wo say bo me ho and say me bom de I am happy for him because of course me senior Prempeh college so I know him. So that's it. No. I'm happy for him. But say, okay, me say me tia me this ni me yema sheme there. Debi lawyer. Me yema sheme ba kokra. Nemo I'm happy for him.
Okay.
But say me yema sheme say ye de Napo ba arsenal meeting ti. Me say bibi kakre me si minim say Napo bitua Bosiana ho na 650 billion. Napo bitua na. Okay. Me hu say Napo betiti fu ene so say obedi am minim de oba. Okay. So that's it. Until me hu adie bi ebebo me hu ewo Napo as running mate to Bawumia. It's a formality in the party that they have to go on and on.
Thank you very much, Mr. Yao Edusei, and what you know, Efshen in your brain back home. I will punch you, my dear, so I will Kessben. So, we're having a conversation on the selection, endorsement, unanimous confirmation of Dr. Matthew Poku Prempeh as the running mate to His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia as the candidate for the New Patriotic Party for election 2024. And anyway, said in soon so I war edema the fortunes of the party, and then we're also looking at the other side of the who say what impact be. Said I would say this as far as they are concerned. Say why that is immaterial to the decision of Ghana for Ebemik. Alaji Shak Chebrobe Adrian said Napo brings something to complement Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, which will enhance the fortunes of the New Patriotic Party. What would say in Yumbre, what would say in Yumbre, saying and I also so ofano. Just send us a text or a WhatsApp message. Alaji.
Lawyer. Miti Honorable. Yes, bread and butter issues are important. I will be the last person to say they're important. But Yankano Kre. Adodanko Kufuado. Emra atuyerenchem emae. Aside tuyerenchem no. Yura John Dramani Mahama, the serial loser, who is going to lose again 2024. Echo Oxford University no deliver lecture. Ojitum. British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. One also in answering questions in Parliament about standards of living, any inflation, he also cited external shocks. Again, Enchebia, Yura Paul Boateng, Lord Paul Boateng, by University of Professional Studies, honestly became the same thing. Okay? Yeninti ahochena aban New Patriotic Party yejitu. But yes, science so jitu so say na emaye no na economy no fundamentals no nyina na ye better. A change said the New Patriotic Party ebeto no. If I'm giving exception, a public debt. I mean, you take inflation, key measure of standard of living, 15.4%. Except for the year 2017, na womaba na Kufuado afro benuana fofro. Your record best at 12.4%. You know, kwanzo esoti declined from 15.4 to 12, I think 12.4%. Everyone, lawyer, it's stay positive, a single digit. It's a single digit throughout 2021 and a spiky 2022. Okay? So this is not to 60% are honorable kind, but rather to 54.2%. So say as at last month, about 23.1%. And now 23.1%, Fitch predicted based at 19% by the end of the year. Now it's reversing and coming closer to the 15.4 ejato. Without external shocks in a New Patriotic Party go through. So we agree, we accept. But we are working at it. Now science also shows to say again, he talk about public debt. The public debt, no, honorable, Momo borrowed $20 billion. So, you can't public debt now. You have a component that relates to you. What you say? And that this debt restructuring that also occurred, also include a friend saying, Bosia Mosumobrugu Obi. Okay? But at the same time, Ghana ye GDP across 1.1 trillion. Yes, I external debt exchange programs so every 66%, and I'm very confident as saying it will be inching closer to maybe 52%. And Chebia, when say post-COVID level. So yem fancy yadi jitum say sikasam ahochre ebai nemum a show any atuyanchem bina a 2 year in a man. Yes, if you say if you take all the indicators, they show, except public debt. As a matter of fact, we need to talk about forex. First time government or managing forex no better than any government in the Fourth Republic was at the Danko Kufuado. Jerry John Rawlings gave us around 27%. Papa Kufuor first term was over 11%. Professor Mills over 10%. Adodanko Kufuor gave us 7.5%. The first term. And Senator Irencham Neba and Yaman spiky up to this level. And even that, see the need depreciate around best about 35 to 40, percent in the year 2022. Say yes, a nipe a year pedi, but you say a slow kakra am I? I mean, say we external debt exchange program, which was a key issue, and a high IMF influence, no, so na ye de or friends the post-COVID recovery programs at Igua Kwemano. Things are going to get better.
Okay.
And it's very clear. And say ye kasa mismanagement. Then Akufo-Addo ought to have mismanaged the Ghanaian economy from day one. Let us admit that challenges came, and we do admit, and we are working at it, and everything shows say it's getting better. On the contrary, what I actually saw under John Dramani Mahama is that we're not in difficult times. It was also not easy in his time. It was not rosy in his time. No. But in difficult times, no sad time, no, and na otunko for annual bianinke to as every woman. I describe that situation as that Yera John Dramani Mahama na oyo before onima boyarefo. The point I'm going to establish is that lawyer and kwada no more teacher trainee. Ahokyere mu kra na ahokyere abana na omode kakra no twetwe omo no was atwa free. And you know what he did? He did it through the running mate of friends say Professor Jenana Opoku argument. Again, no more nursing and midwifery schools. You know so we omo allowance no free. Papa Kufuor introduced Arabic instructed allowance. You know so otwemu. As a matter of fact, na me book and research allowance also was on the chopping, table. Yeah. And Yera Kujeto Ablaka, who was the deputy minister responsible for tertiary education, was the person that was championing this. Oh, not woman name or
was it not a policy?
You see,
so like okay, we'll approach.
Yes, I agree. But you see, when the economy gets tough, you need some cushioning. Yes.
So, okay. In the midst of that difficult situation,
yes.
Then they
were creating more difficulty for other people.
As a matter of policy, a coincidence. They said, "So buying no policy." They say, moving forward.
Yeah.
It was say, nursing teacher trainees. No way, no tertiary. We are upgraded to tertiary status. A tertiary students could apply for SNET loan to pursue an education. So why don't we free public funds from that area and employ that money elsewhere, whilst we create opportunity for people to source loans from the SNET to pursue their education? Is it not any policy? It's a obi pursue we find a policy rather than say or taking growth for Adrian.
Yes,
as in say
emphatically yes, because what MPP by or restoring in so restoring in he's still managing the economy. Did I say
and also in your policy?
And I say Yera John Dramani Mahama any Jenana Opoku Agyeman omo take it no omo te se omo su no omo ban ewa ho kyere mu no ete se obofo a wonim aboayarefo kakra amanfo enso de hwe omo hafa na I mean tertiary institutions here okay utilities omo penso utilities so students betua light and water Omo sign the buy. Just one day, idea bia na ebe kushin crofo de. Say you free na moto ka form. That's the kind of economy that they built. Okay. As a matter of fact, lawyer, it was not an economy that was even able to pay the so-called, what friend is saying, progressively free money. It wasn't an economy that they could even pay progressively free, money. Yera Matthew Poku Prempe Napo under the Nado Danko Akufo-Addo is the person that came to make all this, payments. What you say? Capitation grants are eco school and Totofiwa a form for no. Almost pencil now 4 Ghana cedis 50 pesos. Matthew Poku Prempe and Nado Danko Akufo-Addo edicor 10 cedis. It's still not sufficient, but that is over 122% increase. What you say? Again, say ya me no ka say lawyer. Abrewa wone ne ba akwafuo mu na wo mu aba na sika kakra anka wode kwakwakokotua kokoto amaso wa abebotuku bi ade no. Adodan Akufo-Addo say fasika no kokoto Accra no registration fee, BEC registration fee. No matter. It doesn't matter my challenges for managing the state. The future generation means much to me than anything.
Okay.
What you say? Na we nya penia obebe fie a obeji enema ato no ho so na mmom wa bomodin ade atete nkwadan no amomo akwan animu no mo abetimi abobo brapa meme de me say sa enema we adodan kwa kufu ado aye no Ghana for eba behwe sel na nado wuhia to yerenchem ba to yerenchem no echino said ye wa badaya look to see me no ka say National Health Insurance Scheme childhood cancers so who cares about the vulnerable in Ghana than another than the new patriotic party?
Okay, so
childhood cancers, not only childhood cancer, sickle cell sufferers are also on National Health Insurance. Their time capitation and I'm introducing to Ashanti region. And to say if you are out of your jurisdiction, you can receive health care unless you come back to your jurisdiction. What kind of policy direction say your children less than 18 years on dialysis is also free. What you say? So media my view is very simple. So obia was sure man no sikasem hyehyeye ntotoye na wo hwado danko akufuado up to the year 2019 covered by year 2020 post COVID growth was 5.4%. Say I'm saying Ghana economy is on rebound. First quarter this year 4.7%. Fish International Rating Agency Ghana no more rating Ghana say growth no be 3.8%. They have revised the growth to 4.5%.
Okay.
What do you say? So lawyer, we are saying that Adiabia is free as abontin by a show a bo a reasing in a bikan Yakukodro, Yachina no, say, Yashasia, Yashan Yamana, Bipia Shasia, sign about the demon kakran.
So you are better managers of the economy than
the facts are clear.
Facts are clear. So, Utie Alaja. They are all trying to say, someone of you must say, Senapo tickets, any doctor tickets, in Shada and relevant. I shall bottom now. Tuaba eba ehono so krampuna still the party which is ruling no performance no far better than the NDC. For which reason?
Okay, say we are nipa no te wona ekom de no. It doesn't change anything. But what did the media say? Obi a wo maimu a onim se ne Ghana ekono enim se ahokere wo maimu. But okay, MPP communicators a measure mo nyina no. They talk about first term and then want us to excuse them for the second term challenges. Omuba first term omu appointing more than 120 ministers or so. Omu collapse banks. Some of them even lost their lives. Bank in omu collapse so they spend money to collapse the bank. Missing serious economic forecast.
And we first time.
And we first time. It is Sir Obrano Moboy first time Nibino. They were not able to do proper economic forecasting because managers of economy biano to cushion external shocks so that the citizenry know the total effect of that shock. It's your responsibility. So when you miss it, you don't come and tell me I should excuse you for that. And that is what is happening. People are suffering in this country. We are giving the economy to you to manage it.
But in their suffering,
before that, you heard a lot of things that His Excellency Dr. Bawumia said. If the economy is not, the exchange rate will expose you. You took it from less than $1 to 4 Ghana cedis. It's now hovering around 16 or 15. $1 is to 15 Ghana cedis. And you want us to praise you for this. You want us to give you an excuse that in second term, there was an external shock. But you were the managers of the economy. You were supposed to provide measures. But what did the media say? You are supposed to provide measures. So all your reckless borrowing, about 524 or something billion Ghana cedis are borrowing. What did you use it for? And then you come and tell me, as you excuse you because you're a very special person, that me as soon as I'm suffering, I'm come. Because in 2016, people voted against us. I was deputy minister for housing. Say, Munyama mo tutu no sesiano. Ye hwe mo am say mo hunu de ekoto. That's what I say, because they believe the message that they carried. But nobody even expected, say, in their first term, they will even appoint 120 ministers. So, Moka just appoint 120 ministers, crying count to Abama. So, when they gave the economy to them, they don't money more. A quite a so a man who brano. I saw for any. But when you talk about it, first time they post COVID. First time to say post COVID. Me come to me as post COVID. Me post COVID. Me tough word. What's post COVID? Me to me utility based. What's post COVID? We gave the economy to you, and you mismanage it to this level. Ama bibia fundamentals ni bibia nye. The omoka na 23% of inflation. Better. He is comparing it to the 54% that they took it to. You understand? And then priding himself say about 23.2. Is that where you pick it from? So it is okay first term no na second term the excuse you there. What are you trying to say?
The na person me bisa ne say so utie metie mu mienu no. Okay, first term issues because ya got to election 2020 no first term issues no nyina never say no ko. Second term a ye kan wasemi. Ndi a wo ka se kom de no no. A wo hwe inflation or hwe interest rate or
any inflation no do.
Na se Trump sa de ma na wa enumerate ni nyina ma affect no no. Unsusu side pano so ebeye ana comparative analysis so ahwe say okay MPP wo ho sisi ai ahokyere we na mewo so say me kotoma ba e de ama NDC a and that so ben na wo ho say NDC ba I will be better off and I say mabrabo no unyini ye so omo beye sa comparison na we say no omo hwe say bi ahokyere wo ho ntine na me de ahokyere no ho koto aba tia NPP whilst not thinking about saying this is so bad, then obey mammy. Unyu so on side, then the church say NDC bar, the person will be better off than send your womb CCA.
Now, lawyer, Ɔhene Gyan. Send ye at any ma woman, and maybe be champagne for Bioha. Okay. I mean, most of them when they meet you, they say, you understand, because they had so much trust in. MPP abanye say obi ombeto to niema yi but send yes yakon de omufi say ye niema na ye di gugu kwem no kra no na ye dey na ye better esen won omudi an omudi gugu kwem on the mechi say so when we give you the opportunity to serve na wo say wo ye niema na ontutu ni ya then you give way for somebody else to come and to say the ye free so on buy ya omanhunu so a krofo nya omudidie di abama omanhunu so omototo no ejeje mu no so we gave the economy to them and where they have taken it to that's not where we are and I'm sure say the economy ni more the public debt, the entire public debt was about 122 what borrowed to the tune of 658 billion Ghana cedis na ye hunu bibia ebetimi di nsesi so say the other year ye ma me ho asetenam me nya me ho atwa ni a why do you have to tell me say I should vote for you again? Eti ye nya wo mo sene wo mo di wo mo mu na me kan foreign exchange a rate teacher we so that's a forex teacher we can want some teacher we this is not where we left them eti no so we share business communities na omo asem predators and those days no mutimi yo madwuma no obi antimi nya na adwuma biem sene osi eye no so that's it enwuma nyina bibia egu say unemployment rate if you take unemployment rate from the 3 quarters of 2022 now they compare 2023 3 quarters now it increased by 14.56%. These are the real issues and omunya adwuma nya no ekoso so you need we have given you the country say manage enema wo ye ni nyina no emmoa manipa enya ho atwa emma enya nipa no ho high. That is why there is always an alternative because as they gave us the alternative for omudi to aba eti aya omoba ya omahunu so no sa na yeso ye ho no mo a ye ma yakwanya enema wo se tutu no ye de tutu kwan mu emma economy no emma Ghana for ye de enya ohom eho atwa no ye beti di atutu kwan ma mo eho aye de enya atwa. That is what we are talking about. This reckless borrowing, reckless spending, any year or more, that is not what we are going to continue. But what did the Mitchell say? So they have the economy, and they are mismanaging the economy. On the Mitchell, and as Bruce said, I was here to a better. So if you are saying, let's compare second term, let's compare this, let's compare that, we are talking about the running mate issue. And that is where it has got into. That, and no, and say, dear me, meet media to about etia. MPP. So that's it. If you say the economy ma omo, any other money ma omo no, send your mama managing no, mama managing ye. Every indices, only 20 post COVID. Almost say before first step. Only no free more. No ma ba have purchase someone with the more excuse na with the external shock we anyway ne buy. But it's all part is the totality of your term. 8 years. Any idea mamo. Say Monfanya de enter on mining. And as it stands now, 6 months or 4 months or 5 months or so to the elections. Some say more accounting for what you are accounting for us is not what we handed to you.
Okay.
Oh, that is what is going to inform the ebe inform me or more and I say ebe bo or more to abandon kaye. Set the cost or my brabum CC, I didn't cost or my brabum. But what is the chance? I'm so much concerned about it because say me better have more figures now. Tell me economics. So we can put out the figures and then bring it out. But then at the end of the day, no, we are no business any mandate because the crack run is saying. Because in some cases, you are saying, I mean, TBRC. But I say, I'm a coffee, mini scam, the coffee, mini the medical food, the mini the medical utility bills, mini the medical air bomb hobra, mini the medical on the meeting. So these are the issues that Ghana for every petrol prices here, of course, get diggity. I mean, any figures I'm able, any percentages I'm able, any best, any panel sitting among the and air cost on a brabum. Omo year businesses, car businesses, say car, say how crowd and call harbor. Now see, I may be the cars be, but what did I? Masa, just I didn't say this sitting there. So no, own him. When you face it, you see, you feel like no, this is outrageous. Okay. So these are the real issues that we are talking about.
Okay.
It's me can't be so because this is the issue. And yet, Baumia po. Okay. And the ebesi we no say minim say na po abano and America no say obeyi debt na oni na na po be minimum say petrol prices na cost no so obi so mu say inflation no ne ma aye ba say then oba afi na odi 4 months am go say na say na oba afi na odi ba be so mu and ya na oba so odi be so mu di na yi na sesan dia I don't know but people are suffering and that is what ombe jina so e dia to aba e dia tia MPP aban e 7 December you hear it all over the country. Okay, me one client baby a me could bia even initially no I even underestimated somebody says that so me just sure say but no to my surprise I mean you could see wherever you pass and I mean it became so na e adia na hadwene and a hanko for my mu obia okay that is what is going to inform ebebo mo kaya mo de atoaba etia MPP aban. Okay,
thank you very much, gentlemen. So the verdict is out there. What you paying for Emuni said the Alaji Shak Chebrobe Esusu say the pair, the two gentlemen, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe pair, no very solid. Omo Airboy Jumacha said they will ensure victory for the New Patriotic Party to break the 8. Uche Mr. Honorable Adusaya ono so say and personalities no mom economic reality and bottom and on no mark to amount. So regardless of who is selected, you know, and should impact bia ewa ba to 2024 December. So let me go back and read some of the messages, Abba, and then we will come back to the studio and then we'll deal with other issues. Woho and So good evening to you, lawyer. Thank you, and I will respond by saying thank you too. Then DC, what better economic management they can bring on board? My good brother is talking about unemployment during their time. Were they employing? This time, we don't want loot and share president again. Oh. Okay. So, please, your name is very important for purposes of authenticity. Lawyer, good evening to you. Please tell the MPP man that Ghanaians are suffering, so they should stop talking. Gagging order. I am watching you from Central Region, Aguna Swedru. Please tell the MPP man that they should keep quiet. Ghanaians will not vote for them again. Alaji, seal your mouth. Don't talk again. Okay. Good evening to you, lawyer. This is Adom from Doma Kwamu. The MPP themselves said Napo is arrogant and disrespectful, so he can't lead them to win the elections come December 7. The hungry and angry Ghanaians that he disrespected are waiting for him come December 7. JDM is the president-elect awaiting confirmation come December 7. Thank you, lawyer. I'll say thank you also. Thank you too. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. I am Benedict from Efijase, NDC, never again. Dog and dog all the way, he says. Now this one says, Latekin, Rashid, Temagov City. Good evening to you. As political strategist, I know Dr. Nana Poku, also known as Napo, is the running mate for the Mamprusi train for a long time, because selection of Napo will be a strategic planning to the party MPP for winning massively. Okay. Now, this one says, I am Ahmed, Subin Hill Compound. The only record of Grandma Jane, Nana, whilst in office was no chalk and foods in our schools, cancellation of teachers and nursing training allowance, and also signed petition to his boss Mahama to free the Muntie Three, who threatened the lives of our Supreme Court judges and nothing else. Okay, that's what he says. Now this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Please ask the MPP man that when will nurses be posted? I am Ishmael Mampona Shanti. Ishmael is a seminar here. Ishmael posting on the audio. Be a canny. Ishmael is the many be posted. Okay, so this one says, empowering all genders to stand together creates a symphony of voices that resonates with the harmony of true inclusivity. I beg to differ from Mr. Ishak when he says Northern Ashanti pair represents inclusivity. I believe in our quest for inclusivity, gender inclusion is what stands tall. Beyond religious and tribal boundaries, equality for all genders is what we should all champion, forging a path towards a more inclusive and equitable world. God bless John Mahama for choosing female running mate, a good step towards an inclusive Ghana. John and Jane for a better Ghana. I am Mahmoud Kabore Drobonso. Oh, okay. Okay. Good evening to you, Kabore. Okay. Ghanaians don't want to hear anything from NPP again. We are tired of them. They have failed us. Gally David assume sends us this message. Okay, so keep sending the messages. I promise you today I will do administration against you. I will try and read as many messages as I can whilst we progress or we proceed with the program. Okay, so let me read few WhatsApp messages and I'll come back and then we'll continue. I am Droba from Jomoro constituency. Tell the MPP man that Ghana is not for MPP. Now Ghana, we can't buy anything. I'm greeting to Honorable Docas. I'm sure you're this is it off. Okay. Now, this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Please tell the MPP man that no matter who they bring on board, they have recklessly mismanaged the economy, so they are going to lose come December 7. Okay. This one says, please, lawyer, ask the MPP man what they use the COVID money for from the donors, and also tell him to tell the finance minister to settle all nurses' allowance they owe. This is from Michael Techiman, BE. Okay, Bruno East. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Greetings to your panelists. May inflation in China, where COVID came from, is 0.3%. And that of Ukraine for same period is 3.3%. So, Mr. Ishak and the MPP justification that all our problems is as a result of external shocks is not supported by facts. Just 3 days ago, water tariffs, electricity tariffs, fuel prices all went up on the 1st of July. Why is Mr. Ishak saying they are turning the corner? I will vote for JDM and the NDC. Ɔhene Gyan Kwawutafo sends us this message. This one says, good evening to you. The NDC has nothing to do for the economy. Ghanaians are voting for Dr. Bawumia and Napo as nation builder. Please send my greetings to Honorable Kingsley Ajiman, parliamentary candidate Abuakwa South constituency. Kwajo Spider Chebi sends us this message. Now, this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Thank you. And I say thank you too. It says, Jesus Christ cry no yeka asembone fane ho na kampese me nipa dasani. Lawyer seba umia befa. Okay. Seba umia befa wo aye ne running mate kra nipa binom benya ho asem aka. Enti na mpanyin se nipa nyina do wadue. No one is perfect. Bawumia nie na ponie Kwajo electrician ejo so abenase. Kwajo we are bad pa. Ubezo try me twi enwumre o. Good evening to you, lawyer. If MPP decides to go for Napo, what's NDC's case? Don't you want MPP to mess up so that Mahama can win? Bawumia all the way. Whoever he chooses will assist him break the 8. Vote for MPP, vote for Better Ghana. I am Kumi from Mpoho. Okay. Now this one says, empowering all genders to stand together creates a symphony. I think I've read this one on the message side from Kabori. Good evening to you, big bro Joshua Ahafukenya say number 3. Dr. Matthew Poku Prempenapo, congratulations, and we are very happy about that. Come December 7 general election, Ashanti region votes will show NDC where power lies. Simple. Okay. Now this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Please, I am taking this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to your entire panel for the good work they have done. The MPP have made a very wise decision compared to the NDC because Napo is far better than Nana Jane, who was not able to provide common chalk to the students during her time as education minister. Latte King. Okay, Latte, I've read your message somewhere. I recollect. This one to me from Afoko, Deputy Youth Organizer, Contombra Constituency. Good evening to you, lawyer. On the more serious note, combination of Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe and Dr. Bawumia is a clear indication that the MPP as a political party is fully prepared to break the 8th cycle, God willing, come December 7, because Ghanaians have been in need of an energetic, visionary leader like this to lead them for quite a long time. And now here they are. Greetings to Dr. Nana Sompahine, Alex Tete, MP of Akontumbra constituency. John Mensah, organizer, NPP Cote d'Ivoire branch, says, thank you, lawyer, Dr. Bawumia, God bless you. Breaking the 8 is coming, dock to dock. So far, so good, he says. I thought we were going to give her some small Cote d'Ivoire spice. Good evening to you, lawyer. I am Ibrahim Nandam from Upper Denshire West. Rising cost of living is killing us, so we are suffering. And MPP government JM, come and save us, he says. Okay, so I've not started reading. I'll come back and I'll read them, but let's come back to the studio, and then it's now 9:21. Let's go to the next issue, which is the education bill that has been forwarded to Parliament by the Education Minister. Now, those who are educationists and those who are my NDC minority and other people have raised concerns. I didn't think there was a education no buy no a policy ya de na mo abedru ene. Adan na sabre MPP pese or the bill ebe Ghana for con about free SHS. Alaji.
Oh, lawyer.
So I'm sure sir will follow the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Ebi bisa say aban no ahyase 2017 no na bill bi ani ho. Eye policy implementation and e dey bedru sabre. E dey na MPP slow anti omo pese sabre. Omo koye bill a e be regulate free SHS.
No enye hu. Na if anything at all, ade bi ani ho a wo ye na ye papa wo pese obehye kina. Papa Kofo at the National Health Insurance Scheme ebai. Emma Okriti National Health Insurance Authority. Meanwhile, say a part of education. Sorry, a part of health. It's part of health. And so no. We're creating national health insurance with its own chief executive. Then its own, what friend is saying, authority, so what you say. Free SHS, what this government did, they say, create free senior high school secretariat, which is also part of the Ghana Education Service. And who be here, lawyer, say, ye be follow sa example na ye no health service still be within the education service, but yin kriti sa system no na emfa enhwe free senior high school no so if you look at bill no objective but of course obi ani ho a wa won ba na ompese obakora no ho bai titru say oya kwada o hwe ne said dachi emfa so beba ono ane ho so na ebi aka ne papa ne mame any wiase any amansan so that is exactly the parliament within the same bill no a conversation where even first term no kra ne wo ho say junior high schools a high school. The same way in a senior high school, so a high school. Nemu ma dia hunu o man Ghana mu say lawyer say oko junior high school e aban dia o ga on person do babeko. So Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe followed by Dr.
Aduchum.
Yeah, or say Aduchum. Ashe saadi no mu kena say me ko across the road Kumasi Technical University na me ko asim na me hwe said ye see of friend is saying junior high school na me be bia it is a senior high school on benya omo science labs on benya ICT labs on benya bibia sa system no yen emphasis in say junior high school is high school. Just that is a high school at the junior level.
The decouple no from the basic
senior high no. Near 6 years.
6 years.
So what you say? Now one curriculum ni bibia no asynchronizing no. Enti ye call high school for 6 years. 3 years for junior, 3 years for senior. I think the understanding is very, very simple. Na yama basic education no ababa besi or friend saying class 6. Then the next component and this has been also a conversation on the table for some time. I feel a part of the bill. And it's a BEC or friend is saying JHS you know, that one will also have to go. So what I say now name you better replacing with assessment. Dr. I think I've heard him every year assessment because yentimin now MIA can say all the way up to BEC and Sanya examine or more external examination near now providing of basis in Colano Eddie progress. What you say? Yenuntino yen assessment throughout womo ewohona na no and transition womo and for Monko senior high school. After all, it is high school. One said in common is it here. So basically, these are in Shishaya, Yadia Agua a crater a co-parliament. So, but of course, it's the same characteristics of the NDC, who will oppose anything that is good. They opposed national health insurance when it was being introduced. Yeah, successful. No more pilot. Free senior high school. Yeah, successful. Omodi court. Yura Mahama Yariga. Google. It will tell you took MPP government to court to stop the implementation.
So is it because of the FSA? NDC for akase omoba revise and as review free SHS no. Entina strategically the MPP person or koye mandatory so that there's a whole act regulating so that ain't simple mouse I say what the policy bet me about besisano.
No, enye nemum se oti akunya so na o govern on man adie so ye ne se obey adie papa. You do what is right. Okay. So the Patriotic Party, Dr. Yao said is doing what is right for this country.
Okay.
But said you know at the papa be about NDC for the try some free SHS no me say you right Mahama Yariga or the court to say yes stop with the implementation of free senior high school. You right John Dramani Mahama it describe no say a whimsical promise of a desperate politician. And there was one in the buy. Okay? Again, Papa Kufo discover oil in commercial quantities. Yeah, this sample eco parliament and this for say Ajongo. Now they will discover oil in commercial quantities. No, when you $1 from the oil and mumino. Mumusu and nina beguye. And this for so nina beguye. GDP 2011 14%. By the time they are leaving the scene, it was 3.4%. What you say?
the NDC.
Yes.
Other stakeholders in education say a bad education affect you bia akra ya wono ni ayen wono papa na wawo papa afi no obewo obia education affected no.
Yes.
Etinka bibia ti say no. There ought to have been extensive consultation.
I agree.
But I say it's been smuggled.
Some bill cock parliament. Ye jia free baby even as members of parliament in the ground, they need to go back to their constituencies and pick the thoughts and minds of one constituents.
It will still be
so or they are a call parliament actually triggers the conversation.
Okay.
The conversation around this the whole thing.
So would you come back to
New Patriotic Party say yebejina ye na so na yemum ya chichimu. But I agree, say some amount of engagement ehun ehia pa na nkwankwanko say NDC for introduce junior high school with a component to say enka yeah the technical education ka ho na nipa no obewie no anto aso kra na anka wanya ne nsa no adwuma enso so o man fa workshop bia anka and that kind of history should guide all of us. And I agree with omo raise concerns yen trase na yen bobo mu ye but yen try say ye be bobo.
Okay. Now me that say my member a honorable you say now NDC problem pa with say bill eco support education no anything.
But no baby NDC problem and NDC has no problem.
Oh yeah, with the bill, with the minority.
NDC.
Also minority represents.
Then I just say, what problem did NDC say? They didn't say they have any problem with it.
Okay.
So we wouldn't how a baby becomes an act. You know the process is baby free.
Yes.
So if there's now we missing a case about me, I think the demonstration America club. But when you say, works in housing, you per se, your DBB, CBN fund say, condominium bill, per se, actor. You know, you do broader consultation. So that's it before you go and then present it to the president to get the executive approval to push it on. The issues and for a reason about it, there should have been a broader consultation because of the way you've touted free teachers. You should have given the people, the general public, the opportunity for an extensive consultation. But send you more idea. I say, Omo say Modi Adenibay or Munya of Asono. Modi Kwa Bibia, Omukran ye anyone in dear, Omunima de Kra way they oka. But what I say, Meno have been a critic of the way the in quote free teachers have been implemented. So that's here because Oshe past history. Now I think say World Bank for economic impact assessment of most of the social intervention policies we had introduced in the past. Now one of them that passed, I think 50% was LEAP, because LEAP targeted the poor and they gave them the money. It was a very successful program, so it was able to pass 50. Most of them performed below 40%. You know, if you look at most of the elements of that. So that guiding us, say, introduce any social intervention policy, you don't have to miss targeting. And yes, sir, at the end, when you saw a person achieve, it is a critics of the implementation. You see, critics of the implementation of this in quote free teachers now. Their worry is that why are you targeting those who can even pay their fees? You know, who can afford to pay their award fees? Because when you do that, you are disadvantaging the poor. Because that money could have been used for to advance or to help the poor, to alleviate poverty. So that's it. Adena me school fees. Now, o say na no free. So that kind of implementation of free teachers, that is what I personally have issues with that implementation. But say you can't say I don't know what, I haven't seen the report. You understand? Because something might have informed you. Because you know that before a government will initiate a bill to the House, they should have identified a defect. You understand? Or something. In the system, something that may advance the course of it. Or maybe there's a defect. You understand? How they can say, offer a year, that Rent Act. Now, send a Rent Act, it's been implemented. Now, per se, say, you identify the defect that Encrofor more rented 3 months time near to me the demand 2 years time that's the defect. That's why you call for say made that act. Be say yintra BC yintra DHS fanka SSHS no. What really has informed that? That is what the general public, that is what the minority is saying. That fine, you are bringing it to the house, but then it should have gone to the people. So they say first, so that we know that this is what the people have accepted. So that when it comes to the house, it becomes so easier. That is what they are. That is what they are talking about.
So beyond the process and our procedure, no, the substance act, and consolidate free SHS, no, and this any problem.
No, but the mention say you know the processes of passing the law in this country. Sisi I know me amijina hoyi. Me to me can say no problem with it when they have presented the elements of that proposal to me. But do you have an opportunity to do that? No. Oh, the meche. And on I can once. You don't me no. I just saw it. Say they have gotten executive approval, sending it to Parliament. Any other. So it is a Ubusami view, says this year, you in a free hole near you. I mean, what is informing that?
That okay.
On the metro, what the MPs minority MPs or even the MPs are saying is that you should have done broader consultation so that people will know what you are going to do.
Okay.
When it goes to the House, you know the processes of passing a bill. Yeah. So definitely there's going to be a broader consultation. I bet or more. Or say or consult because minister no the relevant committee.
Yes.
Or say or chirimu di intia or pese sa eba. But me tie no na me so kasa no. Or say the or pese officer ye so obi wo contrary view no presenting you feel say enya dia e betimi dia yeso a ye be hu kwan e be fa so a ye be no because he knows that he has not done extensive.
On the face of it, the most support to say any act and from back.
No, I won't say I support it. I also because I don't know because something that can inform me and I make sure say with the little background that I've had, you know, you don't have to be preemptive and say I mean act way but they support it. No, you know where I'm coming from. I don't know whether
but they tell me NDC for amateur mono. Position and say you don't need an act to back free SHS because they are not by say a policy.
Yeah.
A manifesto promise. Yeah. And I'll buy who roll out as a policy.
Yeah.
And our at the end election 2024 no. And this for I say or mobile review free SHS intino. Open so call act at the back so that I buy law and a policy beam. So that it makes it very difficult. So be found so be per se revision no means or per se or free once there's an act no. So won't to me I am when they act now you can't.
Oh, but how do
that's
you,
what I'm saying is that that's
how do you
say. And then now person they act able regulate free SHS when all along you know the policies and regulate.
No, but what I'm saying is that how do you remove free SHS?
What's that?
Nobody has the intention. Etino se be at the abo MPP and I say minister and say yenye act to protect free SHS. Say be obi me you free honor. That is why people are against it then. Because it cannot be a situation say na media ban ye share ya de ba ya egu ho ye adwuma no encrophobia omo ba ombeba be ye free. If that is the intention there, I am against it. Because it means that you don't mean well.
Okay.
If you mean well and you think it's good for me as a Ghanaian, I'm one free SHS na boamia. Why do you think I'll get it out?
Okay.
If that is the premises, which say me who bibi a che say we enable on so mo fanya, I will be also conclude say I also conclude I'll be right to conclude say that is their intention. Okay. The intention is that you protect we. So they say, but if that is the intention, then of course you'll be against the act. So if you say dia we and ya, anything I go bibi dia go go no. But what did the say? That is why I'm able to say me who say opposition now can me who. But because of the intention for the proposal for the act not there, then you have people opposing it because they did not do proper consultation or extensive consultation. So people think say or more intentions be and nobody this. If that is the case, which from what you are telling me may be the case, I will be against.
No, don't misconstrue me.
So they say if that is what Oshimwa, in absence of anything, you will say, intention is say, Ababiba or Baby here. If you say this, then you didn't really mean well for the policy. Because a policy that will benefit.
No, but
how can you?
Now, we're from a flip side. If say I implement free SHS for 8 years period, now there are people who are in there. Now a whole ekuhia say abia, Mrs. say for whatever reason no say mini ho now ba be year free ho.
Now when you can only what to say
they can say for purposes of argument say. In the foreseeable future, no. If Obi Ebana won't just show the panel metwas no be ye free, wouldn't you want to protect it?
Na free SHS no, I buy an Ebama Hwamu. Ebama me and Ebama people, Ebama the whole country.
The whole country, that's
Ebama Ghana for. It we think say Ghana for to aba Emma buying, ma buying the ba Emma ye the pay. It is a all the policy be aba here eboa. Free compulsory universal basic education. It has gone through. It went through different governments, but most of the policies under it were realized. Obiba said, "Yeah, implementation." People were speaking against it, but you cannot take those things for granted.
Okay.
This any partner of person, ono ade na waye no ni mu gidie
Okay.
on dem che se wo mu gidie a office ade a waye no ehun fa so a etne ko am obia so mo obia nya fa so a why do you fear say if that is the intention of course we are against the act but say enye sa intention no na waye border consultation to say the proposal no our office policy ade aba mo kan wasem no so ka say na free say when him say e bo nkrofo ho e man nkrofo ho ha wo mo why don't you go back to them and tell them say policy ade ba mo nyina mo so no the person e no ni now the other affect na dey call because we have to be against it and that is what is informing them to send them ba send your kasa bibia na NDC for abagu we are na NDC for abagu we are na NDC and then NDC for abagu. If you are introduce a policy, you identify issues with the policy. I mean, free HHS and the way they implemented it, I don't agree with it.
Okay.
But what I say, I don't agree with it. It's the fact that say maybe free say send why no, me no nya adwen was obi abagu. Or there egu.
Okay. Elijah.
Free SHS by most critical question. NDC for Busai. As a free SHS no, and who document way. Me work at them some more. Honorable names on crowd can be.
Of course.
Okay, so can be. I have used National Health Insurance Scheme as an example. I know CEO. Yes, our authority at the back end. I use that example. We want free senior high school, which already has a secretariat, to move to that level. And there's nothing wrong with it, as far as I'm concerned. See, I see a person two ohia bubra say a can be a see a shemo can be an see a fam ni shemo kena. And I will be utterly baffled, say, Obia yetimi transi Bobo who said no, Ghana crying, young building national consensus around education, around health, perhaps energy, most critical areas, young building consensus. Industrialization, agriculture. And a man no who do ewo pepper and more man. Who are the say some energy? Yes, as far as I'm concerned. Look, lawyer, last year, and kwada na womu enuriye kro mu fa kwan hu e betro BEC Edico Senior High School. Lawyer, then yes, and watch this year the same thing. People get frightened. Say, I'm here na change of government. But I don't think for a second that there's going to be a change of government. Honorable do say, Ombetimi and Nama, Agbena. We said, yeah, we said Agbena. We said Agbena. Yeah, yes, oh, yeah, win here. Yeah, can be 2008. Anybody who's on the tsunami. Dr. Mamudu Bami, your campaign to so be a opposition. Momo, your campaign to so be a government. Ghanaians are looking at the appetite, the hunger in Dr. Mamudu Bami and in Napo. Say ye be konkodin na yensa aso presidents no by breaking the 8 na ye be ye entutu ye be nhihye Mamudu Bawumia put the vision clearly out there. We have not seen one. Do not take Ghanaians for granted. So agbena na mo ha se amuchiche positions are ebi nsususususu omundi omhuasi wose omo na yenga. National chairman said it, and before he even said it, now I knew it. Because yet we seeing na number 4. What you say? Samimi your babunu at this branch we are obusam say nursing postings in Tambea. I'm sorry, Minister of Health to say year 2019, 2021, 2022, almost 4 million.
Okay.
But minche the name processes on me the make say you should be on the look should be on the lookout. Now but the point is that Samia babunu na me kokoto about 2024 elections na adwuma na me pa I'm sure you are John Dramani Mahama the track record on job creation. At one point, Minia, you find consolers in using facts and figures, statistics. At another point, want us to run away from it. No, we can't. Lawyer, the issue is that you are John Dramani Mahama ne pencil.
And our friend is saying, you're freezy public sector employment. As a matter of fact, one man no more a year lab on from Professor Mills pencil 2010. I don't go for the buy no clear our backlog. Necessary moment me and fan teachers ningina. I don't buy no clear our backlog ningina. What you say? And at that point, na minister, Pelpo, the suggestion, a quite of us create employment in the day. I say, Mebruno enko jasre, Sereno di Kugukan, Obiba, or bit me at the amount. That was the kind of prescription of employment creation by a minister. Perhaps he was even a cabinet minister. What you say? And yes, answer among causes abo na mumfa abono enkogu kwan homo bobo a eden obi aba obemom. Look, it was so terrible under the NDC. If I'm looking say me here ababunu na me pese aban obeba obeboa na say edwuma ebeba manum. Free SHS alone is inching closer to 100,000 teachers. And this government average almost 14,000 per annum. What you say? Oh, anti about way IEP. And honestly speaking, and about way any abaya will bet me I am more. Say lawyer, local government, MRI create or friend is saying 16, 6 new new regions by. Look at Ghana for Melbourne or Monyejuma. More to be done. So, say equipment, ya cry, ya di babe routes, ya di set of equipment, I call metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies. It's bringing 27,000 jobs within this year. Yeah. And those equipment, Ghanaians now as more pretty. What you say? Share Ghana Statistical Service. You can't, mostly you can't. 500,000 people lost their jobs before, due to COVID-19. You can Google. 500,000. Look, yeah, metnaha control emfanchre or my Ghana for. But you see, compare records. You compare records MPP, NDC, do bet me expand the economy, no said by a big creative job. Na manfo enyejumaya. It cannot be the NDC. Oil, sector ebekan ho no grow 14%. Na all free so no the economy na ejaw 3.4%. Now this is ono make create job now. Omani mo yeshia na omu minister cross catch as a friend is saying so office omani mo yeshima bag is no free her. If the kitchen is too hot for you, leave. Look, that kind of impunity, arrogance, and nearma manfom peso mubeti yewra John Dramani Mahama and in appointees catch Ghana for. I do not think Ghana for our short memory said or kind. And when we speak like this, we are not providing excuses that are not honorable. We are clear. Say, COVID-19, Russia war in Ukraine had devastating consequences in the world. Was it building external shocks? Building, the economy to withstand external shocks. Look, I've written some article on this. Say, COVID-19, Russia war in Ukraine. These external shocks, fundamentals are more building with this economy. And as our shocks we become more pensua. And Kagana for Genya baby. Truth be told. If your growth was 3.4% compared to somebody's 7%, more than double.
Now, they be asking okay, the mintias you. Yeah, the Omina mouse say, yeah, the Omina mouse say, boo mine. And now, we say external shock aba. It's amemuna ye de man say buna ye to ejeje mu no external shock na man diaba na some mo say they could be abetimi abubi oto one external shock ba no aka chen say eyi e ba ye Ukraine war any covid de ba yin no me pacho onso okasa na madam na me yes ade no how dey busa o any jan bitimi stop program in until there. But what I'm saying is that on send o see can omo kan no mo de aba be see external shock so say COVID-19 and Ukraine war. So they say, but if that is the issue there, then anybody can manage the economy.
No, the issue.
But what they
say, No.
It's not. You cannot even start the argument.
Okay.
You know why you cannot start argument? Because it has not happened.
Okay.
Has it happened under NDC? It happened under their term.
Okay.
Almost second term 2020 na issues we okay na buy. It is all because enka ko see mu anke base here. As the same previous song. Na no susumi na so as na system na what. So that's it. That is what you are trying to say. There is an issue. Happened SC. And I will create some abstract AB free baby say, and can bless to the sea. Yeah. On the beach. And I see who would see women. On Yama or to Tono, or the a good form no, and to me, I'm standing. A break economy in the crowd. So that's a break economy in the crowd. You have to talk to your bilateral creditors. Say, be our interest payments, no bet me suspended. This is where you got into. The can I think I say it's you who are coming.
No, but it's not fair to say, you have track records. Okay, say me find say a match in Suato. Match near Shasi, I bob 30 minutes and Suto. And Enuntino, yan to me answer. Okay. Now, see you, Masapa, Montimi and Shana, was you soon a toy. Is it not fair to say, okay, say Gamo team now, Momo say in Suato, Yasha and I, Yasan. Kamona momo ho de anke be mo be 10. Is it not fair to compare say
you cannot you know
the track record?
Oh yeah, sana say be sana system na woto. I'm telling you, sorry to say manu na ya na system na woto. Okay. Say what ho asem na to. O say on ka wona to wa, but has it happened to me?
Okay.
Me say has it happened to me? It has not happened to me. So you cannot say because of this. I don't know what you have done. The money that you borrowed, if even I had borrowed that money, I've gotten that kind of fund. But you me managing the sense and you're managing, you know.
With the borrower, I don't know, with the vote, I don't know, be assessed and say, okay, COVID no buy MPP address. And no more day, or can say, COVID in a year to me and ye na then. Okay. So, what's it COVID no on be a man managing here? Would they not be asking, say, okay, Senka, ye quay enemies here to Obama and DC, not the same situation, a global situation, no better or minor. Will NDC be able to manage the economy the way or more money and not manage here? Will people not be asking that question?
Oh yeah, people can. You know, maybe
say a possible see a bit me external shock be a bit to me affected as a nation. So say they are buying no more NDC. Now I'm for some as external shock on a 2 year. NDC bit to me a general corner no manage economy nama. I send I be a tin there. I can was it.
Not in NDC to manage. It's also you've created this abstract situation. So why are you telling me that NDC cannot manage the situation?
No, me base.
What's wrong? The American say NDC na bibisa mo do money my bibisa you manage the situation.
Okay.
It will not get to where it has gotten to because in the first place you will even start with 120 ministers and collapsing banks and using money to collapse banks and then get another money to go and pay them. That is what is happening. Nancy, I'm going to describe you and go for Google banks, no, be almost SND, on the machine. So the money that they borrow, that is what they are using it for. Reckless spending, nowadays. It's in Otemeno, who are 2 national reckless spending. What Google banks are? What's the media member Migu banks? It is a member banner, Migu banks are. So this is the scenario. So also banner be good banks. Now, all the BB to your Mokana say BBC so to a Diana Bay. Now, me banner Migu banks there. But what the media say? So that is, they cannot compare that situation in the first place. Okay. Because they appointed 120 ministers from their first term. We did not do that.
Okay.
They implemented a free status blanket. So they say, we are saying approach in the different. It does not mean that we are not going to the same path. It is say, Adiana wakofana broso no ebroso we na me number bia fe na be frem abusam say na kawa nka be dey. Hey, adene so na so ahunu so ube busam say kawa be dey. You are giving excuses. Say me on my name woman no, me ho kire me no. O sere me apamacho na COVID na yi na buy no. But when I look at you, it's not reflecting in your lifestyle.
Okay.
Maybe I mean who life I was say COVID na yi na buy into there. I want na ba dey fa check kakra na COVID yi na buy no. That is not what you are seeing.
Okay.
On them you see you Ɔhene Gyan out here you who be. Oh, you who problem no aka tell say so how you manage it will be different from how I manage it. Na me dey catch me Google banks. So they say, MAS, animal, we exchange rate, baby, and then just can bibi basa na me kan chem say wagu bank we wa me go bank no be jiska me yesa I think emphasize scenario no me compare me
Okay.
That's what I say. So they have messed up. Omo no ya dia den mo no mahunu so na bedu samre no mo per excuse 5 months or 6 months elections. Ti no me ya no me dey akuru covid no ma say po acho covid in the buy. Ya po acho we ne buy. So that's it. But we gave you the country for 8 years. 8 years na edru aka 6 months na edru 8 years no. So that's it. Mo ehunu so. Ibusebusa bibia mo hunu de mpese mo kire bia me ehunu ye twa. So that's it. Any dey koto aba no. Ti nya fi ne be narrate stories bia kire. Say na we na covid no hwan de buy. And if you Russia also if Ukraine when they buy the BCO, my money be brina, they have similar problem. Go and check their fundamentals.
Okay.
So that's it. Go and check their fundamentals.
Okay, so we are almost through with the program. It's about 3 minutes to end the show. Permit me to read. Remember 1 minute. Permit me to read 1 minute to read about 3 messages. Lawyer, why will Mr. Ishak speak as though we, the listeners, don't read? Upon all he's saying, unemployment rate under Mahama was 8.6%. Today, it is 14.7%. Who has done better in curbing unemployment? Your recent IMF program has a condition of job freezing. You have captured it in your 2024 budget. Never again, MPP. Ɔhene Dwamena Kwauta for sends us this love letter. Please tell the MPP man that we all belong to MPP, but this time we will not come home. Please. Okay. Now this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Please tell the NDC. Good evening to you, lawyer. Baumia have made a good choice. NPP all the way. Greetings to Sevri Bediako, Patasia NPP coordinator from Kessben, Vibrant Youth Chairman. Okay, Kessben, good evening to you. Now, this one says, okay. Lawyer, I'm very confused with the explanation given by Alhaji Shak. Secondary education to be 6 years, how? If the government thinks there is not enough contact hours to properly exhaust syllables, they should rather focus on eliminating the tracking system and not to make a mere SHS journey to 6 years. I believe John Mahama's proposal to roll private SHS on board and make use of their spaces to end the tracking system so as to enhance teaching and learning by fostering longer contact hours. Kudos to Honorable Yao Edusei for being the voice for the voiceless this evening. This one is coming from Kabore again. Okay, so this one says NDC is gripped with excruciating fear with regard to the nomination of Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe. The NDC should be mindful of its attack, notably on invasion of privacy. Kekusi Ejoso Besiase Baumia, the perfect pair that would indubitably confine the NDC to political oblivion or opposition in perpetuity has been announced. The MPP agenda breaking the 8 draws near. Hey, brofo. So 1 minute, 1 minute. I can still 1 minute, 1 minute, and then we'll end the show. I like 1 minute, just 1 minute. The final 1 minute.
Lawyer, it's very important 1 minute. Dear, na oka se senior high school be 6 years. And your senior high school never 6 years.
Yeah.
Junior high school, no. A high school. And the junior high school no ena yedi koka senior high school no ho. Nti no ko junior high school 3 years. The same no as senior high school 3 years. Nice. Nti senior high school no kwa ani yedi ko 3 years. Double track system uba me Islamic senior high school. Say ye Ukraine still opt for the double track system because your numbers no the biggest in the whole of West Africa in terms of students numbers. But look, lawyer, the issue is very simple. Say, Ghana Statistical Service website and the catcher will say COVID nipa 500,000 people lose jobs. There's no way we need lie about this. But the point is that say me kokoto abana me say ye wa John Dramani Mahama 33 million Ghana cedis. Ye di koko dua nua ye egu ye dua nua. Say gebet me anko free senior high school amana ye. Okay, over 7 million Ghana cedis are ye cast ye di yen confirm no ko working ano and kedebit be akokoye free senior high school amana ye dum so echi yen for 3 or 4 consecutive years among for be share normal dia to aba because still e wo mu trim omo collapse over 300
honorable say for 1 minute
over 160
1 minute
also of 1 minute we mono omo ba ben mu no omo ka kire se omo hu bi da sa ben bi akọ IMF Ghana ni bi an na adwen ho say it will get to a situation where the economy will be so vulnerable that they have to go to IMF. These are the people that are saying santo ayde abama omo eti je make am na sini say uti this mo a work say say John Dramani like the way what you said saying we no see John Dramani Mahama mrea and can beat me no that's what I'm saying say sansem na yana say because you do man na man won't me mo dey me be twa to an say amamu na edi ma MPP apan and then say mo kae ansa no mo ba ban mo me hu ni say o ma di hwamo say me president san kontumpo enko na mo twae o mo ba ye everything is opposite to what he said this time yes na koto ababiem December 7th. Oma say kasa. Eni se Ghana for eya suti wo mo. If you say ye de ma wo mo di omo adi man ne drum. Enye sa no no e no mo de ye dey. E kasa e. Eti Ghana ni bia hwe na sitinem. How suffering, how ahonyehin a wokom. Ahokira wo na mu no. Ne hwe so. Ne fatu aba. Eti a a new patriotic party 7 December so I break the 8 in the announce system said you know to say we the one can say BC no nyina announce system let's vote against them in 7 December 2024.
Hey on behalf of the producers Akua PSA Asare Bediako director Ajiman Prempe, cameraman Isaac Ansu, sound Nana Kwame, Sunday, Facebook, your pages, and MCL Isaac Mensah. On behalf of these wonderful guys, want to end the show tonight on Kessben. Dache hene, Mabudin 3 times. Dache hene. Why are you doing this to me? Okay. Honorable Frederick Achampon, aka Achi, who is an astute sports presenter at Kessben Television, who is also parliamentary candidate elect for Ahafuano Southeast. Okay, so Dachehine and his foot soldiers, leaders in Ashanti region, Ese Frederick Achampon, aka Achi, Omoma Waju Enyumbre, they wish you the best. And they think, say, you by all means be a minister under Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's administration. That's it. Say, my way in a mouth. Offer me be my block your line. And you bring a better was in Uncle Ponya Duma. Now, what you send the best I have a sumo, I will punch you, my dear. So I said that PSA Ebema Alaji Shak Che Brobe is always here to support the cause of Ghana and the cause of our democratic dispensation. Now, Honorable Yao Edusei, he's back and back for good. So you'll be seeing him on Punch as the days go by. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. See you next week. Bye-bye.